Hello everyone, I'm Nitsahone. It's time for one of my weekly draft videos, which I do 2 of now, so I guess I shouldn't call them that. And we're drafting some Devastation. We have a very easy first pick because we got one of these ridiculous cards, which I haven't gotten to draft yet. This is my first god. Let's talk about this pack, though, as if it doesn't have a ridiculous bomb in it, shall we? And I think Steward of Solidarity is probably the next best card, and then maybe Overcome, and then Aerial Guide. These 3 cards are the ones I would not feel bad about first picking, basically. The rest of this pack, I wouldn't be happy to first pick, especially. I mean, not at all. So we'll take Scorpion God, though. He's very good. We'll try to be in black, green as much as we can. Try to be in it. Black, green. Black, red. Crypt of the Eternals. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a land for us if we want it, but I don't think we do. It's a filter land instead of a land that adds one of those 3 colors on its own. Torment of Venom is probably just what we take here. Even if I hadn't picked this up, I think that's what I'd take here. Gilded Ceradon has impressed me, but I'm going to take the removal. Also, puts -1/-1 counters on things, so it actually synergizes with our Scorpion God. So, Torment of Venom it is. I mean, even if we can just splash him, I'd be happy. So, hopefully we can end up in either black or red if we don't end up in black-red. Seeing Ambuscade, you know, it's hard to say no to Ambuscade. It's so good. And if we end up in green, it won't be that hard to splash. Masticore Eternal is also pretty good, but I think Ambuscade's just better. I think it's better than everything in this pack. Tenacious Hunter is good, but I don't think it's as good as Ambuscade. This does actually synergize with the Scorpion God, but I think I'm going to take Ambuscade here and see what happens. Okay. Here, we're mostly looking at white cards that are worth taking. None of this pack is great, but I guess I'm going to take Marauding Bone Slasher because the white card that I would take would probably be Mummy Paramount, and it's not, like, incredible. So taking a black card is probably just better since we have 2 black cards already, basically. So, yeah. Sidewinder Naga is good, too. But I think we're going to go for the Bone Slasher. It's not enough better than the black card for me to take it, I don't think. Okay, well, Harrier Naga, probably what I take here. So green is looking likely for us. Take the Naga. Gift of Strength is also good. Kenra Scrapper, that's a good red card. It's a good sign to see that. Decent black card, but I think Kenra Scrapper is just the best card in this pack, so I'm going to take it over Grizzly Survivor. Because if we can just be black-red, that's just going to be better if we can do that. If we can't be, and we end up being green-red or green-black, we'll probably not have a hard time splashing our god, at least. So, yeah. It includes when my creatures with -1/-1 counters on it die, which is interesting with all the creatures in the Amonkhet pack who put -1/-1 counters on your creatures and can kill them or themselves or whatever. Makes them better for sure. Even if you just like make one into a 1/2 and then chump block, that's, you know, worth some value there. Okay, well, I guess we take Ruin Rat here. Solitary Camel's fine, but I don't think it's enough better than... I think Ruin Rat and Solitary Camel are comparable. They're both reasonable playables in their colors, and we want to try to play black as much as we can, and I don't like Without Weakness, so Ruin Rat it is. Could take Manalith. It would help us fix, but I think trying to just be black-red should be... It would be more ideal to just be black-red. This would also help us fix, but we need to take a playable here that will play no matter what, I think. Okay, well, Abandoned Sarcophagus looks like fun, but I don't think we're headed that way, although we're probably going to take a Lurching Rot Beast, who has cycling, and yeah, I think that's what I'll take. Here I think I do, well, no, some decent red cards made it back to me, actually. So yeah, we'll take the Frontline Devastator. So are we just black-red? Is that going to happen? It might. I think we take this. It helps us fix. It's not a very good filter land, but if you have the Scorpion God, it makes it a lot better. And Grizzly Survivor's fine, but not amazing. So I'll take the Crypt of the Eternals. Here I'll take a Sidewinder Naga, I guess. I don't like Scrounger of Souls very much, even though it's black. And, you know, if we end up playing green as one of our primary colors, Sidewinder Naga will be fine. And that's also true of Frilled Sandwalla. Here I'll take a Scrounger. I mean, 2 decent red cards made it all the way back to us in that pack. So, and this Kenner Scrapper was relatively late, so I'm not sure if red's open enough or not. But we do have some fixing already, and we could do green, black, or green, red. Black did seem more open than red, though, for the most part. I guess we can put you here for now. These gods are also ludicrously powerful that, you know, you should get pretty close to forcing them if you can. I mean, if neither color's open, you're in trouble. That's fine with me to take a really late Grizzly Survivor. But if even one of them is open, you should try to make it work. Hello, Earthshaker Kenra. Yeah, that's just what we take here. It's a great card. Better for a really aggressive deck. But we don't have a non-aggressive deck, you know. Maybe the Scrapper will come back to us if we're lucky, or another Devastator. Wouldn't mind the Ruins either. Yeah. The black in here is just Carrion Screecher. But yeah, we'll take Earthshaker Ken right here. And try to make red be our second color. Now, we have another reason we want to be red that's quite strong. And that's our Kenra. So we'll stick these over here for now. Ambuscade's great, admittedly, but, you know, it's not like I'm not going to get removal in these 2 colors, at least probably not. We've already got 1 Torment of Venom. Yeah, Puncturing Blow is probably what we take here. We don't have any desert payoffs yet, but I wouldn't. These are good even if you have 0 desert payoffs because they cycle. As I'm sure you've heard me say by now. Basically, it provides you flood insurance. You can think of it that way. And in the late game, you can cycle it. And in the early game, its downside is there, but I think the ability to cycle it outweighs that, especially when you have cycling payoffs like Grizzly Survivor. But it's not better than Puncturing Blow. And Puncturing Blow weren't here, I would probably take Chandra's Defeat just because it's such a good sideboard card too. And then it would be the Desert though. But yeah, we'll take Puncturing Blow here. Bloodwater Entity and another Ambuscade. Stop making my life difficult. Oh, God. This pack just does not have anything great. I mean, you know, we don't hate Grizzly Survivor, but I don't love it. I think we're going to bounce around a little more and take an Ambuscade here just because it's so much better than any of the black cards here, or any of the single red card, which is a fine card, but it's not Ambuscade. Well, we have a Lethal Sting here. Should probably take that. Works well, actually, with our Scorpion God again. Liliana's Defeat's a great sideboard card, but yeah, we take Lethal Sting over like Feral Prowler or Harrier Naga. Red still doesn't seem super open, which is kind of frustrating. So we may end up going back to green. Let's just put all of these things in here. I mean, all of our green cards are playable. So, yeah. And 2 ambuscades is definitely better than puncturing blow. A 3rd ambuscade. Well, if the world's going to give me 3 ambuscades, ambuscade is just better than tormented venom. Yeah, we're just going to have to pick up some fixing, which we can find. Green has it, but we can't be past that many ambuscades and just keep taking medium red cards just because, you know, we have the Scorpion God. We can play the Scorpion God already just with Crypt of the Eternals and 1 mountain. I mean, ideally we'd have more than that, but... So do we want Sidewinder Naga or Quarry Beetle? Probably the Naga. Wouldn't mind some deserts now that I have 2 Nagas. Yeah, here I think we take Wretched Camel. Speaking of deserts, we are really low on low drops, and you do need those in this format. And so I think I'd rather have it than Bitterbow Archers, which is a fine card, but it's more than fine. In fact, I think usually it's better than Wretched Camel, but I don't think it is right now. I think we take another Camel. Doom Diviner's okay, but, you know, it's not great. Okay, we'll get a Bitterbow Sharpshooters anyway. And here's a desert. It also has Harrier Naga and Gift of Strength. But we have 4 cards that care about deserts, so I think picking up a Cycling Desert is worth it. We also have a card that cares about cycling. These 2 cards are certainly fine, playable, but they're not. They're nothing special. I like them decently. Ooh, yeah, Oasis Ritualist. Some more fixing. I think we definitely take that over the Survivor. Surprised that came back. So yeah, we're definitely splashing Scorpion God. Not going to be able to really, like, you can't really splash this. I think we take Feral Prowler here. We could take Beneath the Sands, but I'm going to take the Prowler. I think our fixing's already okay, and it'll get better. We have access to fixing in the next set too. Put these over here for now. So yeah, we'll take a Scrounger. I don't even know if I'm playing the first one. In fact, I'm probably not. This is like the only land in this set that's not a desert. Painted Bluffs is just better than it too, which is sad because Painted Bluffs isn't very good. None of the filter lands are just never great. You just play them when you have to, which is when you're splashing a huge bomb. In a 2-color deck, you don't usually want filter lands. Okay, well, Gravedigger's good. It's probably just what I take here. Pitil's Vizier is okay, but we don't really have a lot of cycling. And then I like Greater Sandworm, but Gravedigger's just better. Gravedigger it is. Pretty good with Ruin Rat and things like that. Nest of Scarabs, that would be kind of fun. Admittedly. I think we probably want Soul Stinger, though. We don't have enough ways to make -1/-1 counters, even though we have a repeatable source of them. Yeah, the downside, he's not excellent to splash because you need multiple red mana to put multiple counters on things. But you don't have... I mean, he's still going to be good, just not quite as good if we were straight up black-red. So yeah, we're going to take Soul Stinger here. Ooh. Hello, Decimation Beetle, Decimator Beetle. There's a final reward here too, but I think we got to take the Beetle. The Beetle is so strong, and it works well with our God. It works well with Lethal Sting. It works well with a lot of things we have going on. So we do have a Quarry Hauler, which is good with -1/-1s, but I think Hooded Brawler is probably just better. Prowl Solidarity is great, but we're not white. Fanbearer too, but yeah, we'll take the Brawler here, I think. I wouldn't hate it if our deck just ended here. We can... All these cards are playable, and I'm happy to have them in my deck. And so we can sort of focus on fixing and pass some cards that we'd be happy to have in our deck for some fixing to make Scorpion God even better for us. Of course, we'd have to see some fixing, right? Yeah. Not any here. I don't want the Vizier. I think we just take Dissenter's Deliverance, which is a good sideboard card if you run into Oketra's Monument and stuff like that. I like those 3 ambuscades though. That's the reason I had to go into green. I couldn't stand by and not take them. I wouldn't mind a Painted Bluffs, like I said. I would run them. Oh, Destined Elite is good. Bitterblade Warrior is good. Supernatural Stamina is fine. Wasteland Scorpion is fine. But I think Destined Elite is just better than all of those things. It's a very strong trick, and you can also use it to just like destroy people. You know, if you make your creature indestructible and +1/+0 and just make all your opponent's creatures block it, that's a pretty good card. There's lots of good green and black in here, so hopefully we keep seeing that. I would probably run Painted Bluffs over this, and I might run both just so I can play the Scorpion God a little better. But Painted Bluffs is also a desert, and we have, again, 4 cards that care about deserts, so yeah. Ooh, Evolving Wilds. Awesome. Yes, please. Shed Weakness. Probably not playing it, but we might. We do have some -1/-1 counter things. That is something. Dune Beetle's an okay sideboard card. Yeah, I can probably get away. My mana is probably good enough now just to run these 3. Like I said, if I can upgrade this to a Painted Bluffs, I will. Ooh, hello, Quarry Hauler. Thank you for coming back. You too, Greater Sandworm. Ooh, double Quarry Hauler. The end of this draft went really well for us. I guess I'll take Haze of Pollen for the try to kill you with 1 swing kind of decks. Okay, well, we're going to have to cut some things now. So we have these 3 pieces of fixing plus the Ritualist, and I think that's enough for me to feel fine about playing the Scorpion God. We did end up with only 1 desert, which is sort of sad, but what are you going to do? I think I like the look of this deck. It is much better than the last black-green deck I recorded. That deck was pretty good, but I went 1 and 2. All my matches were grindy, which was fun, but I think the last video I recorded was also a black-green deck, but this one's considerably different. We didn't have 3 ambuscades, for example. Okay, so probably have to run 17 lands in this thing. Our curve isn't super low. We'll group creatures separately. I don't think we really want to cut any of this. Lethal Sting, 3 ambuscades, you know. Lethal Sting and Torment of Venom even have synergy with other stuff our deck is doing, so yeah. And this is just a great card, and obviously Ambuscade is too, so we have to cut 3 creatures. So we have 4 2-drops and a 1-drop, so it's sort of like we have 5 2-drops. You can sort of think of it that way. 1s and 2s anyway. You could probably cut the Bone Slasher. It's not going to be able to block very often. We have 3 zombies, and one of them is not great and might also be getting cut. I think it does, actually. Both of these zombies are gone, I think. Without a ton of deserts, we could think about cutting 1 Sidewinder Naga, because these 3s are just going to... Well, would I rather have them than Grizzly Survivor? I have 1 card with cycling. Yeah, okay. I think that's probably better. Yeah, I think this will be our deck. Looks solid to me. We'll be running 1 mountain. Yeah, just 1 mountain. Oh, I didn't put in these things. I feel like, you know, they tried to make it sort of offset the fact that it doesn't just tap for those 3 colors. In fact, that's what Mark Rosewater said, like in his, you know, when he writes about the stories of the cards and making Magic. But adding 1 life is not, like, doesn't balance that out. Because originally they had this adding all 3 colors, they said in limited, but they thought that was too good. Adding 1 life is, I mean, yeah, they wanted to make it weaker, but adding even like 3 life would make it a lot better. 1 life is almost it almost doesn't matter. So anyway, just ranting about that a little bit. So we already have one swamp. Yeah, so that's probably right. That gives us 3 sources of red between Crypt of the Eternals, the Mountain, and the Evolving Wilds. Well, plus Oasis Ritualist. So we have 4 sources of red, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sources of black. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sources of green. Don't love the number of sources of green I have, but 8 is a decent number. Yeah. So I think this will be our deck, and I'll see you guys in the first match. Hello everyone, we're going to the first match of an hour of Devastation draft, and I would like to play first. Wow. Doesn't feel like we're running 17 lands. Well, we're going to have to send this one back, just for obvious, you know, don't have any lands. Now we have 1 land, and a couple Ambuscades, a Ruin Rat, Destined to Lead. This hand's also not good. The only good news is Ruin Rat's pretty good with Ambuscade. It can kill anything. And it's also pretty good with... Well, it's not that good because it only has 1 power. But I would still get to kill something. But yeah, I think we have to send this one back too, which is brutal to do on the play. But what are you going to do? Wow. Okay, well, we're keeping this one. We don't really want Ambuscade, honestly. It is a spell. Maybe I keep it anyway. It's a good removal spell, but we have 0 creatures. That was one of the worst successions of hands I've ever seen. And I'm sure it is for you too. It's up there at least. Alright, well, we're going to cycle our Desert of the Glorified on turn 2. So we're going to do that. At least one of our lands has cycling, right? But this first game it's not off to a good start. I can tell you that much. We at least do have our Desert, so if our Wretched Camel comes along, we will be able to... maybe get a 2-for-1. There's a Ruin Rat. Could be worse. Okay. Drawing some action now. We'll play the Rat, even though it's a little better when you play it like after your opponent plays a bomb or something, but we don't have anything else to do, so we're going to play it. Disposal Mummy. No! It's our only desert. And it's gone now. And then we draw a Wretched Camel, of course. Well, I think I play... Do I play Soul Stinger and make this die after I attack with it, of course? Seems like a 4/5 is going to be pretty nice. Death Touch is great, but a 4/5 when you have Ambuscade is basically the same thing. So I think I'm just going to do this. If the opponent blocks it, then it's whatever. Yeah, I figured they would take it, and they do. And we'll just go ahead and kill our rat, which is not ideal. We get to get rid of their Wander in Death. I doubt that'll matter, but it could. Alright, so get rid of Wander in Death, and end our turn. So the downside is our opponent could, of course, just have a kill spell, but at least, or an aura especially, but Ambuscade can still work on a creature who's been pacified or whatever. So we have that going for us. Okay, well that's annoying. Guess he's gonna name Soul Stinger. That's okay. I mean, Ambuscade won't work with it now, of course, but we can block still. It's better than nothing. I don't know about mainboarding Gideon's Intervention. Mostly because it's like a super bad pacifism. You know, that's basically what it amounts to. Alright, well, I think we play our Camel and our Swamp, so we leave up Ambuscade, which we can at least use with our Camel and in the turn. Can't believe he got my desert right away. Breaks my heart. But we're pretty close to already being in top deck mode, and our opponent still has 6 cards in their hand. That's what happens when you mulligan to 5 on the play. But you know, I try to avoid ever going below 5, but I think that was a case where we needed to do it. We had 1 land. It just wasn't right. Opponent must have like a super grindy control deck, which isn't good because we're not able to apply much pressure right now. Probably gonna draw a land here. I can feel it. No, Harrier Naga. Aye, how about that? You can actually attack. That does mean we can't leave up Ambuscade, but we finally have a creature who can attack on this board. Maybe the opponent's flooded? I don't know. This does say all damage, not just combat damage, right? Yes. Yes, it does. So Ambuscade will not work with Soul Stinger, no matter how hard I try. They must have a hand filled with like the Sandblasts and things like that. Just cards that are just going to kill my attackers. So let's find out. Let's make them use them. You know, Sandblast, impeccable timing, farm to market. Okay. Do they use a trick here? No, they just use a removal spell. Okay. Yeah, Ambuscade doesn't do much for me there. That is sort of the same thing as those. It has to be used in combat. Our opponent could have more of them. And I could think about just killing this now, but I think I'd rather just play Oasis Ritualist. We have red mana now for our big bad god, who I would love to draw. That's the kind of card that can make the fact that your opponent has insane card advantage over you because you mulligan to 5 a lot less relevant. Yeah, they're playing something scary. Not that scary. I can't actually kill it with Ambuscade right now, though. So it's a little scary. There's a land. Okay. Yeah. We're just going to pass and start taking 4 to the face in the sky, I think. Seems fun, right? I don't think we have enchantment hate in our sideboard, but I don't know that I would even bring it in if this is the only one I see. If I see enchantment-based removal, then I'd be a little more inclined. But yeah, I think we take 4 to the face. Feels good. I'd probably play something else big and scary now, too. Well, not that scary. I can Ambuscade that pretty easily, at least. Alright, I'm not going to do it now, though. A little Gravedigger. That is quite good, because we can go Gravedigger, get back Ruin Rat, and play Ruin Rat. So, it's good news for us. Ruin Rat's like one of the ideal things for us to get back, really. Works great with Ambuscade, even though I don't have any creatures who are big enough. I can use Ambuscade to kill the dragon now. The angel feels like a dragon. I would block the Rot Beast with my Gravedigger for sure. Actually, I'd block it with the Camel first, I guess. We'll take another 4 in the air. Okay. Double Ambuscade, huh? That's pretty good with Ruin Rat. I think I'm going to attack with both of these 2s. And then if my opponent blocks, I'll use 1 Ambuscade to kill Lurching Rot Beast on this creature so that I get a 2-for-1. Well, it'll be a 2-for-2, actually. And I'm fine trading these creatures for the other things. And then I can use Ambuscade to kill this. But the thing I have to look out for is my opponent has a ton of mana and 3 cards in their hand. So Ambuscade might not go the way I want it to. But I think it's probably worth the risk. could have another time to reflect, which would make me pretty sad. Okay, we're going to try to go for this. Is it going to be better for me to use it here and get in for one more damage? That keeps this alive. Yeah, it's probably going to be better to do that. If our opponent lets us. Let's find out. This one wasn't blocked by a zombie, so time to reflect won't work on it either. They got something, though. Cast out, okay. Well, now I want to bring in Enchantment Hate if I have it. I don't really think I do, though, sadly. Yeah, they're going to use Cast out. So I can still use my second Ambuscade to kill this, but that doesn't really seem worth it to me. I'd rather kill this Angel at this point. My opponent can't really attack me anyway. Yeah, we'll just let this all happen. Opponent gets a 2-for-1. Well, even a 3-for-1? Basically, yeah, basically a 3-for-1. That's not what we want to be doing when we're behind. Yeah, so let's try to go ahead and just kill this Angel. All right, Angel's dead. So at least that one went through. Opponent has so much mana. And still has action in their hand. I haven't seen any super scary plays. This card is like the most powerful thing we've seen so far, so that's a good card though. That is a good card. But our opponent hasn't really, like that Angel was putting pressure on us. With the Angel gone, I'm feeling a lot less pressure, obviously. So I'm just gonna play our Brawler that we just top decked, and in my turn, whole lot of nothing. Hey, there's our red mana. It's not really worth attacking with my Brawler at this point, honestly. I'm going to hold on to this mountain for now. I don't really have a need to have it in play immediately, and I can bluff that I can actually do something. So we basically need to draw our Scorpion God, I think. That would go a long way towards grinding us out a win in a game we probably don't deserve to win because of how bad our opening hand was. But our opponent's getting flooded pretty hard now. So maybe it evens out. Okay, maybe now I do play Quarry Hauler. I mean, I do attack with my Brawler and then play Quarry Hauler. Yeah, let's do it. See what happens. Opponent probably still has some action in their hands, so let's just do it. See what happens. Like I said, if we can just get rid of one of these creatures, I feel okay about that. Even if it's, you know, they can get this back, of course. But, yeah. Oh, yeah, they can just single block it. Like I said, I'm okay with that. I can play another pretty large creature to back it up. No counters anywhere. Man, our opponent is suffering from some serious flooding. For sure. Hauler's still not a great attack, honestly. I don't think I attack now. It just, yeah. We're just going to hold on to both of these lands now. Although I guess maybe I'll play the Forest. Because if I draw my Scorpion God, he costs 5. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I already have enough to put a counter on something immediately. So, yeah. I can produce 3 red in a turn if I want to with the Oasis Ritualist in this mountain. So opponent finally drew something that was not a land, or they're bluffing. Do I attack with Quarry Hauler? Nope, don't think so. Just doesn't seem worth it. Right, that is not very scary. Oh, there he is. Hello. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The Scorpion God is here. And we can add a counter to something right away. We could kill our own rat if we just want to draw a card. Doesn't really seem worth it, though. But I can create a pretty big nightmare for my opponent in combat now. So I think I attack with Quarry Hauler. Okay, so I'm going to put a counter on the disposal dude. and kill it. And then my Quarry Hauler still dies. Yeah. Wait. Yes. I can only put one counter. I have, this costs, oh wait, I have 6 mana, don't I? Hello. I can just kill both of them then. We want to add red. So counter. We don't want to use red. Other than that, it doesn't really matter. And counter. Okay, so now we kill them both. And we draw a card. Real nice. That is messed up. Scorpion God is messed up. This is exerted now, so we're only going to have access to 1 red this turn, but we're probably okay with that. So they can get back their Sunscorched Champion, who will be a 4/4. You can also play Amit Eternal, for that matter. Right. Mummy, mummy, mummy. Well, I guess the Amit's not really a mummy, it's an Eternal. Okay. Well, I think we want to drop this to 4/4 right off the bat. I guess I'd rather play my Naga, my Bitterbow Sharpshooters, I mean. Yeah. Drop, so I can drop that to a 4/4. And then we just attack with Quarry Hauler. Just gonna take it. All right, that's fine with me. Then I'm gonna also play Sidewinder Naga since my opponent I just noticed my opponent's name is Sooners Fan 575. It's a weird combination because for me it's a weird combination because I'm getting my PhD right now. I'm gonna be done in about a year at the University of Oklahoma, and the area code from where I'm from in New Mexico is 575. So what did they just say to me? Something eerie. Congrats on the shuffle. That's salty. I mean, yeah, they did get screwed for sure. But, you know, when people people act like sometimes luck isn't a part of Magic. You know, and we all get salty, but I don't ever, like, tell my opponent, like, you're only winning because I drew so badly. That's part of the game. You win lots of games because your opponent doesn't draw as well as you do. So that's my take on that. Okay, that is nice. I think I'm just going to cast it now because I get to draw a card off of it and it'll drop this to a 2/2. So that was a really good draw. You know, my opponent might have a point. They have to make a decision too. I think they probably just sacrifice like their Manalith. That's probably what I would do. They don't need Manalith right now at all. So I think I would discard. We can now attack with our Scorpion God, by the way, because we have access to so much red mana that we can make it so our opponent can't really do anything in combat. Yeah. So I think we attack with these 3. We can attack with the Naga too, actually. Yeah, might as well. So attack, 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 attack. Alright, so that blocks Quarry Hauler. I don't really see a reason to put a -1/-1 counter on it, because I'll probably just kill Amit Eternal instead, and these 2 trade. My opponent takes a bunch of damage. But yeah, my opponent did have really bad luck, you know, and I was saying that before our opponent got salty at us, so it's definitely part of the game. And then kill that thing, and we'll draw a card. Should have attacked with Ritualist and Rat as well, perhaps. Oh yeah, I guess my opponent would have been dead. That's probably true. Probably true. Conservative. They should have blocked with their guy, you know, for talking about what should have been done, because they just should have known their guy was just dead to the Scorpion God. So they do have Cast Out, which makes my Scorpion God really sad. Let's see what they're saying to me now. Somewhere. Magic Online's chat is so good. I don't even know where it is now. I guess I'll be able to find it after I submit my deck. So what do we have? Do we have Enchantment Hate? No, Dissenter's Deliverance is just artifacts. Yeah, we don't really have anything. No, we don't. Yeah, I mean, we also mulliganed to 5 in that game. So our opponent, you know, started the game with us having bad luck, but we did draw quite well, and our opponent drew really horribly. I wonder what was on the bottom. We got all 3 of our colors, so definitely a good shuffle for us again, as our opponent would say. And we have our Decimator Beetle. We got a 2-drop, we got an Ambuscade. We're in pretty good shape. So, like, I don't have any problem blocking a Festering Mummy with a Feral Prowler, so that might just be what I do. I can also remove the counter off of my creature later, so a little less value than it would normally be. All right. We're going to play our Prowler. And yeah, we'll block that Mummy for sure. If he attacks with it. And we didn't see a bunch of zombie stuff going on. Our creatures, they played the 1-mana removal spell that liked zombies, but that was about it. Okay. Well, I think I just play Sidewinder Naga and in my turn. Would not mind drawing a 4th and 5th land here. Problem with the Naga is I can't block the Mummy and feel as good about it. Hey, our Desert's not in there this time. So we got that going for us. I guess I am going to attack with my Naga here. Yeah, let's attack with the Naga. I could use Destined to lead, but just a Destined half, but I don't think I want to. I'd rather just play another Naga. That just seems better. Better than the Camel, too. Although, I guess the Camel, well, no. That means if you know, my opponent can set up some gross 2-for-1s. Man, is our opponent having like terrible drawing again? Kind of looks that way, doesn't it? Ooh, Evolving Wilds. Okay, well. Attack with the Naga again. Don't really want to attack with the Prowler. Opponent has Sandblast, okay. So I think I play my Camel. There's a good chance it just gets owned, unfortunately, because it's an X1. But yeah, I'll play it. Can't really... I mean, I feel fine about blocking this with my Camel, but I don't want to block... My Feral Prowler doesn't want to block it. And that's like the ideal block we had for our friend the Prowler. So I think we get a Forest. Wish I could get a Desert. Rot Beast, okay. Well, that's easy to kill with Ambuscade. So there's that. Alright, so we're going to sacrifice this. Need to look at my deck real quick. I actually did this draft yesterday, so I don't actually remember. So I have double black on one card. I don't have double green on anything, so maybe I should get a Swamp. Yeah, let's get a Swamp. If I could just play Decimator Beetle here, I'd be pretty happy. I cannot. Okay. I think I'm going to attack with my camel. Then if I get the -1/-1 counter thing, I can just play Quarry Hauler and remove it. I could also use Ambuscade at some point here. So yeah, we're going to attack with Wretched Camel. Opponent just takes it, which is cool with me. And yeah, I'm just going to play the Quarry Hauler, even though we're not getting the additional value. Our Decimator Beetle can also remove counters, should one get on one of our creatures. So yeah, we'll Quarry Hauler and end our turn. Our opponent is having really bad luck, admittedly. We're just going to take this 4. All right, well, there's Decimator Beetle. I think I attack with my camel again. Maybe both camels. My camel tribal deck. The thing is, if he blocks this, he can just kill my Wretched Camel, but I don't know that I care a whole lot. No, I don't think I do. Kill my camel. Yeah. Bye-bye camel. Other camel. Maybe both. Our opponent might have a trick. Time to reflect. Okay. Well, it's exile, so I can't use indestructibility to get around that. So, goodbye. We do get in for 2, though. And Decimator Beetle, who can just kill Festering Mummy when it attacks. So that's nice. Oh, I do have to put a counter on something. I kind of forgot about that. Guess I'm going to put it here. I can remove it in the near future, so. Also means my Prowler can just block Festering Mummy, amusingly enough. Cast out. Okay, that's messed up. Cast out on my Beetle. All right. They keep killing all our creatures, but the good news is they've played 2 exile spells, and I'm not convinced they have more. I think I just take this again here. Yeah. Don't think I really want to attack with my camel now. I think I just end my turn and hold up all the crap we have in my hand, you know, the 2 Ambuscades, Destined if we need it. We can also just block this thing now. And I'll probably just use Ambuscade at the end of my turn if my opponent doesn't attack, which looks like it's the case. So yeah, we'll go Ambuscade. Got rid of that thing. Now we are drawing lands. I will attack with my camel. Yeah, opponent finally blocks. It's going to make this an 0-1 now. Just going to be a chump block that draws me a card at this point. Our Ambuscade is super bad right now. Even if we cast Ambuscade and Destined on our creature, it only gets to 0 power. So it does 0 damage. Creature. One of our 17 creatures. Of course, we only have 13 left. Not a creature, but I'll take it. It is a removal spell that'll actually work right now, unlike Ambuscade, so. That's why we need a creature, though, because we have 2 cards that want us to have an actual relevant creature in play. And that is not what this is. I wonder what our opponent's splashing. Have we seen a splash off of that Manolith? I don't feel like we have. Ooh, hello. Hello, little Sandwalla. You are the scariest thing on the table right now, surprisingly enough. Okay. This opponent gains some life off of that. I think we just use Tormented Venom on it. Yeah, let's just do that. Make our opponent make some decisions here. Probably, I mean, again, they should probably sacrifice their Manolith. They took the damage instead. And there's a Quarry Hauler. We can get one of those counters off, huh? So I'm going to attack. I'm going to pump it once, too. Opponent may have something to, you know, get us for spending mana on what would be nothing if our opponent kills us or kills our creature. But I will play Quarry Hauler. Make this a 0/2, so you know that is relevant. Can block 1/1s now. For poor Feral Prowler. So our opponent's probably going to Eternalize. We can just use Ambuscade to get it out of the way and attack again. I'd like to build up my board before I cast this, you know, or have it be a killing blow if I can wait that long. Yeah, so let's just go for Ambuscade now, see if it works. We do have a card to make our guy indestructible if we need to. We do have 3 Ambuscades, so somehow we got 3. It's like the whole reason we're in green. Act of Heroism. Okay. Luckily, it's not a fight effect. So there's that. So I think I attack with both. I can use lead to make either one of them indestructible and still kill his Sunscorched champion. So he can block both if he wants to, but yeah, that probably would have been better just attack with 1 creature since it can now block 2 creatures. Okay, so because now I use it and it's not nearly as good. So which order was the blocking assigned? Yeah, he can kill both. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to use Destined here. Hopefully that works for us. Keep our Camel alive and kill his dude. All right. Looks like that's happening. Our Sandwalla dies, though. So I should have really just attacked with the Hauler since he could block with 2 creatures. That was a bad attack. Gideon's Intervention again. Naming my Quarry Hauler. God. Well, we can't do anything. The scary thing is we're like low on time. We're only in the 2nd game too, so if my opponent wins this one, I don't know if I'll have time to win a 3rd one. Yeah, that's pretty gross. Since my Quarry Hauler can't really block it. You can't trade with it. I'll probably just chump it with my Feral Prowler. We have to find our Scorpion God again, basically. It's kind of how I feel anyway. No attacks, okay. Now we're the ones flooding. Trying to speed up my play here so I can hold on to a little bit of time at least. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna block with Feral Prowler. Would like to draw a card, please. Okay, Lethal Sting. You know, our Quarry Hauler is pretty much useless right now, so using Lethal Sting on a big scary creature, putting the counter on my Hauler, yeah, I'll probably just Lethal Sting that. Yeah, that's the plan. Choose target creature. Goodbye. There you go. Alright, then we play Ruin Rat. And we end our turn. We're also going to mill ourselves first in this game. So that's fun. Yeah, I think I blocked the mummy with my rat. And we get rid of that angel, because we know our opponent has ways of getting creatures back from his graveyard, so let's get rid of the angel. Now what? Oh, misplay. Well, I've had him too. So, yeah, we're still, like, not in good shape here. Luckily, no, we can't, because we put a counter on our hauler. Oh, yeah, let's gain some life. Precious life. This is not good in terms of surviving to, you know, having enough time to win game 3, but we're going to try. We're going to try to just win this game. We still can, of course. We're just going to take this. That's bad. Oh, God. It's getting to the point where it's like, should I just scoop? Because that will preserve more time for the third match. Maybe. We're going to block. We go to 5. We may as well scoop, unless we draw something really great here. And we don't. So we are done. That one did not go so well for us, as we were the ones getting flooded. Our opponent also, you know, had used good removal and got some nice 2-for-1s on us. So, shed weakness. No, I don't think it's really worth it. Yeah, he killed, like, we played scary creatures, like Decimator Beetle, and he just killed it. And that was not good for us, I can tell you. We got about 8 minutes to win this one. I guess we've taken about 8 minutes per game so far, since I started with 25. So we'll see what happens. I would like to play first. Crap. Got to draw a forest, but I think it's a keep. It's a dangerous keep, but I think it's a keep. We have a few turns to draw the forest that we want. That is another swamp. Okay, not a forest. Ooh, that's a forest. Thank you, world. We're going to get in there with our camel. And play our Naga. I'll feel better if I can get my opponent down to around 7 minutes where we are, but it's not necessarily easy. I think I just ambuscade here. It's aggressive, sure, but I think it's what we do. And we attack for 6. End our turn there. Oh, the shuffles. Yeah, turns out that was a good play, because our opponent does not have anything else going on. I think we just play Quarry Hauler and try to do even more damage as quickly as possible. Even though we do have some stuff we could do with -1/-1 counters. But just a 4-mana 4/3 works here. So they got 5 mana, so probably can do something with that. Cast Out's a possibility, but Cast Out's pretty bad here because all our opponent can do is kill our Quarry Hauler and still go to 2. So yeah, we got there. So match 3 didn't take very long after all. So we won our first match. Our deck seems pretty good to me so far. We go up to 21-15. This is draft number 12. All right, and we shall go to the next one. Hello everyone, we are going into the second match of our Devastation draft. We would like to play first. This is a fine hand. Yeah, we got both our colors. Probably gonna have to play this desert. I think we do play it. We don't, I mean, we could try to start with these lands, but in the event we don't draw another land and can't play Hooded Brawler, I'm going to be pretty upset. And I think the downside of cycling it, the upside of cycling it probably isn't worth it. Oh, God, I could have played a Sandwall on turn 1, though. Probably should have noticed that instead of thinking so much about my lands, huh? Yeah, so we're just going to play Feral Prowler here, end our turn. But yeah, if I played the Sandwall, that would have been way better. And I did draw another Swamp, so I probably could have cycled it in retrospect. But, you know, playing Hooded Brawler on turn 3 is going to be good either way. Blue-green. Oh, hey. Other Feral Prowler. Blue-green is a deck I still haven't gotten to draft in this format, even though it was one of the ones I was the most excited about. So yeah. I've been kind of sad. I've played against a lot of blue-green, as I think you've probably seen on videos I've recorded, where people play River Hoopos and stuff, and I'm like, what? That should be my River Hoopo. Come on. Okay, so let's attack with Hooded Brawler. And we're going to exert him. He needs to exert to get through these guys. What just happened, Magic Online? Okay, I was a little worried it went past my combat phase there, but we're going to get in there. Probably for 5. Yep. So his Feral Prowler can attack us in the sky. That's not the scariest thing in the world, obviously. And we're just going to play Quarry Hauler here. Oh, we did get to remove 1 counter so far. That's what we've gotten to do with it. So we're just trying to kill our opponent quickly. We got the kind of hand that can do that. Do we take 3 in the air here? Does our opponent go all out or just the Aerial Guide? No, they're going all out. I feel like Aerial Guide should have to exert itself to give something flying, you know? Unless I'm playing it, then I love it. Yeah, it kind of makes more sense just to swing for 2 there, I think. I would agree with that. Because you might want to block my guy. Okay. I think we kill the Aerial Guide. Maybe. If I kill this, I can just attack. Yeah, let's just kill the Aven Initiate. And we'll put the counter on our Feral Prowler because it's not doing anything anytime soon. And I'm going to attack with Quarry Hauler. Opponent probably just chump blocks and draws a card, but I think I'm okay with that. Puts us in pretty good position for another exerted attack if our opponent trades our 1-3 here. If they just take 4, I'm cool with that too. So yeah, I'm cool with that. I think I'm actually going to play the Sandwalla since it can attack harder. Yeah. By the way, Aerial Guide's definitely the better creature there, but I feel like going for, you know, more of a tempo move where I get rid of a blocker, make my opponent have to block with something he wasn't planning with blocking is probably better. And if our opponent had like a big scary green creature in play, which we're probably going to play now, let's be real, I'd be a little more worried. And Ruin Rat is pretty bad against Aerial Guide because can't reach into the sky. It doesn't have reach or flying, so the Death Touch becomes kind of irrelevant. I'm hoping that's all they have. Is that all you have? It looks like it. Let's see if they have a trick to really get me here. I'm going to exert, I'm going to attack, and I'm going to attack. Could just double block my Brawler. I'd be cool with that. Take that Brawler down. They could easily have Unsummon or a trick, though. So, you know, those would hurt a lot more. Unsummon is sort of a trick, I guess. But the good news is Unsummon's not like a huge deal. It doesn't like break us. A trick would kill one of our creatures, and we wouldn't trade for any of their creatures on the board. We'd still trade for a card, but hardly seems worth it. They may have Gale Strike, which is a little better because they would get to draw a card. But if they bounce my Quarry Hauler, I can make this a 1-3 again. So, you know, that's pretty good. And if they bounce this, I can exert it again next turn. And if they bounce this, it only costs 1 mana, so who cares? Still haven't gotten a trophy in this format, as I'm sure you've seen. This format has proved to be slower than Triple Amonkhet, so I feel like I'm eventually going to hit some trophies. I've been getting lots of 2/1s. As again, I'm sure you've seen. They're just taking all that, huh? Well, we don't have anything else to do, so let's do this. I could have played my Ruin Rat there, but yeah, maybe I should have. Especially because my opponent's at 3. That's crazy they took all that. They must have something. Something good. We need one of our kill spells to kill something good, probably. Yeah, that's pretty good. Definitely would have been better to have my rat in play right here. Yeah, I think we just attack again. Since we have Hoodie B coming with the Exert again. And yeah, so I'm going to attack with both of these. He can just trade with Quarry Hauler. I would definitely kill Aerial Guide before I would kill anything else. Yeah, we're going to kill Aerial Guide here. Plus, we're going to play our rats this time because, you know, rats. They might have a trick. Looks like they have a trick. No, they're cycling. Way to scare me, guy. Come on. All right. They go to 3. Well, that's where they were already, actually. And we're going to play Ruin Rat. Where are cards that care about deserts now that we finally got one? Where's that? Where is it? I say we got one. We got the only one in our entire deck. It's not like I've had bad luck with them. I just didn't draft enough of them. I'm going to do, it might already be out by the time this video comes out. I'm going to do a video at some point over on the Ether Hub talking about not undervaluing deserts. And ironically, I think I undervalued them in this draft. See what they have here. Okay. I could just trade now with my Hooded Brawler. Sunset Pyramid. That's the kind of card that can grind them out a win, especially because we keep drawing freaking lands. Ugh. Man. I think we still attack. We have to keep our opponent's board clear, but this is going to start drawing our opponent's cards, and we're not in great shape as a result. But I think we just attack with both of these. Yeah, opponent trades with both. What do we exile? Desert of the Mindful Pro. Oh, they have a desert in play already, don't they? I guess. Yeah, it's probably still just. Oh, Aven Initiate's better. Just kidding. Get out of there. And we'll end our turn. They could have actually embalmed their Aven Initiate, so I'm glad I did that. Okay. You're gonna draw a card, aren't you? I'm jealous. Okay, that's annoying. Oh, thank you, world. Decimator Beetle is pretty good here as long as our opponent doesn't have removal, but you know, that's true of like every creature. So we're going to play Decimator Beetle, which can kill this just by attacking. And we'll put the counter on our Feral Prowler. You know, we don't, it doesn't matter. Our Feral Prowler doesn't matter. It did what it needed to do in the early game, which was keep my opponent from attacking me as much as they would have otherwise. And now it'll probably draw me a card. Although I will remove a counter from it when I attack with my Beetle. So there's that. The opponent draws an extra card. That's a tap to scry too, yeah. So you can't scry, well you could. At the end of someone's turn, scry and then draw, or vice versa. Hey, why? There's not a counter on anything? Okay, so we're taking 4 in the sky. 2 in the sky. I think I still attack, because I can kill the Spellweaver Eternal. Oh, interesting. Not quite enough, though. Oh, yes it is. If I put the counter here with my Decimator Beetle, and then use Torment of Venom, that will be enough. So that's good. All right, we're going to do that. We also have to do something, and you know. So we're going to attack. We're going to put a counter. Oh, we're going to take a counter off of this. We're going to put a counter onto that. It'll have 0 power, so Death Touch won't matter. And it's not going to block my guy anyway. I'm just going to kill it outright. So try to. Our opponent could have counter magic or something gross, so... No counter magic, please. Just get that Tenacious Hunter out of here. Oh, just draw a card. Looking for unsummon or something? That still won't, like, solve your problems. Oh, it gives him a card to discard, though. He may not have wanted to discard what was in his hand. That's probably why he did it. This is still dead even if he casts unsummon, so... It's not a huge deal. He also doesn't have a good block now for my Beetle, and he's at 3 life. And he can't lose 3 life. So, yeah, he had to draw the card. He does have Unsummon. He's going to use Unsummon on his own guy. That makes sense. Alright, that way he doesn't have to make that decision. We do kill this because our opponent has to lose it. And they go to 3. Alright. They can draw one more card with their Pyramid, which is not really what I want. I wonder if they hit that Unsummon with their Pyramid. I don't know. Tenacious. You're not playing Tenacious Hunter again? No, you're not. You're playing a guy with Hexproof. That makes sense. One that can attack me really, really hard in the sky. Okay. Well, what we need to do now is just draw more creatures so we can go wide enough to do some damage to our opponent. It's not worth an attack now, so we're not going to. Opponent can hit us for 7 in the air right now. 10 in the air, actually, if they want to. We do make them discard a card with our Wretched Camel, so there's that. Yeah, they're going to play their Hunter again. Creatures. More creatures, please. Our opponent might just be able to kill us, though. So I could attack with my Decimator Beetle. Get it back with Gravedigger. I have 6, 7, 8 mana. No, I can't do both in the same turn. So my opponent can hit me for, again, 10 in the sky next turn. I think it's probably just better to play Gravedigger and get Hooded Brawler and try to have lethal damage next turn. I think that's my plan. Yeah, that's my plan. That could help us get to a wide enough board that we can just attack and kill our opponent. Or at least make it so our opponent has to think about whether or not they want to attack. I just think that's going to be better. I mean, Hooded Brawler can attack for 5 next turn. Quarry Hauler can remove a counter, but that hardly seems worth it. Well, I guess I already selected my target, but I guess removing a counter there wouldn't have been bad because this wouldn't have Death Touch and Vigilance anymore, but it's pretty bad. So we're going to play Hooded Brawler. So if he attacks on the ground with his Hunter, I take... Oh, what are they doing? Just cycle a land. Come on. Oh, no, they were scrying. I block it for sure with my Feral Prowler. But I think I just take these two to the face. I've lost to a lot of blue-green decks in this format. That's interesting. Yeah, they get the creature right away, unfortunately for us. But they still have to be a little bit careful. And if we top deck like a removal spell that can get this out of the way, we can still win even if they get back... Oh, wait. Am I just dead if you get back Aerial Guide? I am just dead if you get back Aerial Guide. Let's make them do it. Just dead. I think they have Godfarer's Gift and Sunset Pyramid. We want 1 Dissenter's Deliverance in our deck at least. More for this than the Pyramid. Oh, you... Yeah. Really? I guess I'm still basically dead, or close. If they'd gotten a second Aerial Guide... Well, they're being conservative. If they'd gotten a second Aerial Guide, they could have just swung for lethal in the sky. But they can kill me next turn, I guess, is how they feel. They don't want to... Yeah, I can't really not die now, I don't think. So they have 5 freaking blockers and then get back a creature from their graveyard. I say we make them do it, but well, we're pretty much dead. Yeah. We got close. That Torment of Venom and the Unsummon combo that our opponent did there was pretty savage. Just get back your Aerial Guide and kill me. Come on. Are you worried about what I have in my hand? I guess I'm okay with them being worried. I don't think I have any other graveyard hate other than our Ruin Rat, unfortunately. But now we definitely want to go after creatures when our Ruin Rat dies. Oh, good. That's good. Alright. We are dead. So dead. Yeah, get back your Aerial Guide this time. There you go. Yeah, we're dead. Are you being conservative again? For real? Is that all you're attacking with? I'm so dead, though. There you go, yeah. Yep. So we lose game 1 here. Put up a good fight, but our opponent's very grindy blue-green deck, which is like the deck I always want to be drafting but never do, beat us. Godpharaoh's Gift is awesome. Dissenter's Deliverance is awesome against it. And what do I cut? What's like the least good card in our deck? Probably one of these Nagas. Yeah, we'll cut a Naga. Come on, Scorpion God. You had one game where you showed up and just like dominated the game. Can't you just do that every game for us? Nope. I mean, I don't hate these like life gain guys, especially on the draw. But my 5s are all just better. And I mean, maybe it's better to bring in a 5-drop with life link than it is to play a Sandwalla on the play, but I mean on the draw, but I think I'm gonna leave the Sandwalla in. Opponent's deck isn't actually really fast, so I could see maybe doing that, but black mana, huh? I think we send this one back since we're on the draw. All right, this one is solid. Sure. I'll take all 3 of my colors without trying. That does mean I have to wait to draw it, though, which is kind of annoying. But I think we wait. I mean, we don't get to play our Feral Prowlers early. It's not going to make a big difference. All right, so we're going to play this, and we're going to end our turn. We're going to get a forest at the end of their turn. Yeah. When you combine these huge guys with cycling, who have like keywords abilities like hexproof with Godpharaoh's Gift, things get pretty gross. So yeah, we'll grab this forest. And we will play our Feral Prowler now. End our turn. Opponent's drawing, which probably means they either don't have a play or not enough lands, which is not good for them. We didn't exactly punish them early, though, so they have that going for them. Right, so Quarry Hauler time. I think we remove a counter from Sunset Pyramid. Little less card draw for you, my friend. If they tap out here, we can actually, and they do, we can actually just get rid of the last counter on it too. And I think that's just what we do. I think that's the plan here. So we're going to attack with Quarry Hauler, number 1. I'm going to attack with Feral Prowler too. Why not? Could ambuscade this. Maybe I should have. But I think shutting down their pyramid now seems pretty good to me. It's in this pyramid scheme. All right, we deconstructed that pyramid without, our opponent only drew 1 card off of it that time. So I'm happy about that. Okay, opponent only has 1 blue mana. That is still enough for unsummon. But I think I'm going to try to use ambuscade here. Our opponent has an unsummon. they have an unsummon, you know, I don't know. Yeah, they have it. All right, well, now we can add a counter. No, we can't. So we'll just end our turn there. Poor Ambuscade. Wouldn't mind just drawing a 5th land for my sharpshooters. Do you think my opponent has another unsummon? It's possible. It is very possible. Ooh, Dissenter's Deliverance will be nice later. I think we go for it now, though. With Ambuscade. Let's give it another try. If our opponent has another unsummon, I'm going to cry, but what are you going to do? Question is, do I kill this or this? I think I kill this. Okay, that time it happened. That's good for us. We'll attack for 6. If we can play our sharpshooters, we can obviously start blocking this nonsense. Sort of. Opponent can pump the aerial guide so they at least trade, but... Okay. Thirst. The thirst is unquenchable indeed. Okay, we take 5 and we go to 9. Give me a land, please, so I can stop this nonsense in the air. Okay, try to at least. We attack for 1. Drops our opponent to 8. And we play Bitterbow Sharpshooters. Oh god, they have something. Another unsummon, great. Yeah, that's bad. That is bad news. Could use Deliverance, I guess, on the Pyramid. All it's doing for them is scrying, though. I'd rather have it for Godpharaoh's Gift. Although this game we may just die anyway. So if our opponent has another bounce spell for us, or an Angler Drake or something, we're just dead next turn. We might just be dead next turn anyway. Unless we draw a kill spell. It's not a kill spell. So, are we just dead next turn anyway? No, I can block this, and then I'll only go to 1. Alright, well, no reason not to attack with our Prowler. Where's our Scorpion God? Come on. You would just get bounced over and over again in this game anyway, so it wouldn't actually be that good. But we're going to try to do this again. Does opponent have another bounce spell? Do they have 3 unsummons? They might. So we have to block. And we have to block the Devotee. He can then pump his Aerial Guide and drop us to 1. So then we have to hope we draw a way to kill the Aerial Guide, so we're not just dead on the next turn. So opponent could just have a kill spell, in which case they just kill us. Or a bounce spell, in which case they just kill us. Yep, I think they're doing what... That's the correct thing to do because, yeah, maybe I kill this thing, but... Oh, actually, if he doesn't pump this, my creature will still be alive. Interesting. Maybe he does just pump... Yeah, he does just pump the guy, so he kills my guy with reach. That makes sense. Okay, we can get back to Bitterbow Sharpshooters. That's probably just what I do. That thing is flying. We're at 3. We attack for 1. And we play Grave Digger. And we might just cycle the Center's Deliverance. Get back the Bitterbow Sharpshooters. And hope our opponent can't pump their Aerial Guide at all. That's the hope here. Oh, God. God! Pharaoh's Gift. God, Pharaoh's Gift. Yeah, that's game. Maybe I should have thought about that more and just left mana up, but I was dead if I did anything else. I had to get this Sharpshooters back in my hand just so I wouldn't die without my opponent playing God, Pharaoh's Gift. So at least we made them play it, and I just don't have the mana to also use Dissenter's Deliverance. No trophy this time. Might not even go... better than 1 and 2. So see you in the next match. Okay, this is the finals of our Devastation draft, and we are 1-1, and I would like to play first. And I think this is a fine hand. We have a desert and 2 cards that care about them for once. Playing Wretched Camel on turn 2 when you have a desert in play is actually pretty nice, because it's really easy to get a 2-for-1 at that stage of the game. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm also happy with a 4-2 with Trample on turn 3. That's not an easy thing to block without also taking some damage in the early game. Traveler's Amulet. So opponent's probably some sort of 3-color ramp green deck, which those are pretty good. Yeah, I'll play this Camel. Camel Tribal. There's lots of camels and Nagas. Oh, good. Blue-green again. Am I going to get crushed by another blue-green deck? That's like my fate. So the good news is I can block this with my Sidewinder Naga. And hey, we have one of our sources of red mana, even though it's a filtering source. We're going to attack. This can't block it if it exerts, so I might as well. Looking a little less like a ramp deck, but while the Stalwart's not as good in a deck that's not like really aggressive, it's just a good card like no matter what. So if it was around at a certain point, I would take it too, just in any deck, but it's definitely better in a deck that just has an aggressive curve than it is in a ramp deck, but it's a good card in anything. 2 mana, 2/2 with upside and all that. Oh, that's mean. Do I use Torment of Venom here? I don't have anything else to do. I can play that though. So I think we attack. Play Harrier Naga, and then just play Bitterbow Sharpshooters and hold on for the Torment. Hold on to the Torment for a little later in the game. So yeah, I'll play this Naga, who can also block Ronus' Stalwart. That turn in that last game where our opponent bounced their own guy when I played Torment of Venom was such a brutal. That was a bad beat for me right there. All right, so our opponent is 3 colors, as I suspected. So we're just going to take 3 and swing back for 5. I think that seems pretty good. Double Naga. Sidewinder, that is. I guess I have Harrier too, but yeah, we'll attack for 5. Drop our opponent to 11. They're probably going to use their Amulet at the end of this turn. They haven't really had time to because we've been bringing the pain. Yeah, we'll play Crypt of the Eternals and we'll gain 1 life. Hey, that doesn't hurt, right? And we'll play Bitterbow Sharpshooters. Opponent has an exerted creature. Feel pretty good about that. I mean, there's stuff they could do with 5 mana, but more than likely, the interaction between Torment of Venom and one of my creatures is going to kill it, and that'll be pretty big for us, as you know, as much as we've beaten our opponent down in the early game. We can just straight up kill that, so that might just be my plan. We attack for 9 if we do that. Our opponent also has to make some sort of decision. They probably can't they can't afford to take the damage, so I think that's probably worth it. We also play a Naga who has Trample. Yeah. Well, not this turn, but we will play a Naga who has Trample. But yeah, so I think we go Torment of Venom. Our opponent can gain 1 life, by the way. Looks like that's what they're going to do. Yeah. So they go up to 12. They have to discard a card, basically, or they're dead. So, and that's what they did. They discarded an extra land. It's not the greatest, but we do drop our opponent down to 3. Play this land. We have lots more kill spells in our deck that would be helpful. Opponent's 4 colors even. Okay, Feral Prowler. And ooh, Bounty of the Luxa. I am really jealous of my opponent. I have gotten to play that card. I played it a lot in the old format. So at least I got to play that one. Okay, so we attack with all 3 of our creatures. Our opponent has to do some bad blocking here. They are going to draw an extra card on their turn, which is obnoxious, but yeah. They do get to draw a card from their Prowler too, so The good news is if they block this, which I don't think they will, they can't actually. They have to block these two guys and just lose their dudes. They go to 1. They get to draw a card though. I think we play the Naga because trample. Yeah, because trample. So that makes it so a lot of creatures just can't block him and have our opponent live. So they do draw first, right? If no counters are moved this way. Oh no, they just get the extra mana first. Oh no, they do draw a card. Did I read this wrong? It's been a while since I've actually gotten to play with it. In Triple Amonkhet is when I played it. Yeah, we win. So we don't have enchantment hate, otherwise I'd bring it in. Yeah, I didn't really. Our opponent's like a 4-color ramp deck. Mostly. We did see a little bit of an aggressive turn there, but I don't think our opponent's deck is usually going to be that aggressive. So we might actually want to take out Sandwalla and bring in the Scrounger. Thank you, Scan. Nah, I don't know. I just feel like I have enough 5-drops already, and they're all way better than that card. I'm considering it, but I think having a 1-drop who can be a 3/3 when it needs to be is good, even when you're on. It's not great when you're on the draw. It's great when you're on the play, but yeah, this is a solid hand. Nagas everywhere. We don't have a 2-drop, but we might draw one, and we have a bunch of 3s, so we have that going for us. And we got our red again without trying, but our Scorpion God has been AWOL other than the one game where he just like dominated. And where's our Feral Prowler, man? We're gonna take something from that one. I guess I play Harrier Naga first just because it's harder to deal with. So our opponent got 3 colors without trying this time too. They have like a real splash, like a big splash probably, instead of just what we have going on over here. So yeah, I think I play Harrier Naga here. It can attack through both of these creatures. This is a good sign that our opponent is a ramp, like a slow ramp deck mostly. And they just play 2-drops early so they can trade with things, basically. Yeah. So he's going to block here and ramp, but I think we still make him do that. A little Quarry Hauler. Probably just play you next. Oh, that was strange. We attack. They block with Cultivator and use... Oh, no, they're going to do the ramping first. Yeah. It doesn't seem like a great plan, since you can still hold back your Prowler to draw a card later. Wish I could give him Trample at instant speed. So yeah, we're going to play the Hauler. We don't get any extra value out of it, but you don't like half the time in this format now. You used to get way more when Black-Green was like a reeler. It had more of a -1/-1 counter theme, and our deck has a little bit of one, but you know, and we've used it for those things before, but doesn't have a lot of one. Colossipede. I'm glad I can ambuscate that out of the way, and I'm glad I played Quarry Hauler. All right, we're just gonna kill that thing. Later, and we're going to attack with both of these. Opponent probably blocks the Quarry Hauler and draws a card. Yeah, and goes to 17. They do have a ton of mana, though, and that scares me a little bit. I already played my land. I was hoping I could play a Sidewinder Naga. Do you have Colossipede number 2 or what? Something scarier. Yep, that's scarier. Okay, well... All right, then. I'm going to play my Bitterbow Sharpshooters, and in my turn, if he attacks, do I just take it? Or do I try to kill it one way or another? That is the question. Yeah, I think I try to kill it at this point. I can use Gravedigger to get back one of my creatures, so yeah, it's smarter of my opponent just to not attack. Yes, Scorpion God, please stay alive. Please stay alive. I know you want to. You can just kill these cats, man. Draw some cards. You can make Greater Sandworm a lot smaller. That's appealing. Oh, my opponent's like, God, why? Opponent, I guess, knows my channel. Guess I'll leave this open. Get it out of the way, though, and we'll end our turn. Doesn't seem so trashy to me. Doesn't. It's the deck I wish I was playing, so. Okay, so we're going to try a double block here. Our opponent might have a trick or any number of other things, but no matter what, I lose 2 creatures, so I guess I'd rather lose... Hold on a second here, let's undo this. We'd rather hold on to him and lose these 2. If he has a trick, it's going to hurt, but we do get to untap and have Scorpion God in play, and we have Gravedigger too, if that's matters, and it might. Trick time? Yeah, they're doing something. Ambuscade. Alright. They kill everything but my god. But we also kill the worm. The spider. Where did I even get that from? Okay. Alright, so we're just gonna say goodnight to Initiate's Companion and draw a card. Okay, and I think we just attack. If he has that black card that can exile this, he can play it anyway, so. Then I'd probably play Gravedigger and get back Bitterbow, Sharpshooter. Quarry Hauler, is Quarry Hauler going to be better? I think a Bitterbow is just going to be better in most situations. Yeah, they're just going to block and draw a card. But yeah, we're going Gravedigger and get Bitterbow Sharpshooters back. This way, if our opponent plays a flyer or something, we have an answer. The thing that's nice about a cheaper creature is I guess I could also put a -1/-1 counter on something. And yeah, I think we attack and just play Decimator Beetle now. Yep, drop our opponent to 9. And I think we play Decimator Beetle, put the counter on a Gravedigger. But that's true. I really wish I had a deck like my opponent's. I just can't. I haven't gotten one. I keep ending up in different color pairs, or in, you know, I'm in green, so I theoretically could have built a ramp deck, but that's not where I ended up. So this is more than lethal for my opponent. I could think about playing the Sandwalla. You know, what the hell? Even if our opponent has a sweeper, we have 3 creatures in our hand, so I'm not like super concerned. So we'd actually even draw a card because our Gravedigger would die and it has a -1/-1 counter on it. So there you go. Yeah, they're probably dead. Yeah, that doesn't look good for them. Yeah, good games. Well, that was definitely our most dominant match by far. The other ones didn't go quite that well. All right. I did get a ridiculous bomb that won me 2 of the games I managed to win. So, what are you going to do? All right, well, another 2-1. My eternal record in this format. I mean, it's better than going 1-2 all the time, I guess, but mostly 2-1s is what I've been doing. So thanks for watching. Don't forget, I have draft videos that come out every Monday and every Thursday now too. So I hope you'll enjoy the double the draft videos here on my channel. So Thanks for watching. My channel is sponsored by 5colorcombo.com. As you can see on the screen here, you can use the discount code NeetzAHone5 to get a 5% discount. They also have a great app for helping you practice drafting, and they actually use my ratings of cards from my set reviews, and I update them as time goes on because obviously my set reviews before playing are not going to be perfect. They use my ratings in the end to help determine how the app decides when to take cards. So the drafting on it has become very realistic. So again, thanks for watching.